everybody and welcome to my channel. I am a bit frazzled this morning. It's actually 1 o'clock. I think, well, it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I am behind today because I've spent most of the morning doing Illumicrate vlog things because I am behind on what I wanted my schedule to be with that. So I was doing that and then I went and exercised and then I realized that I needed to film this video, so I'm a little bit gross. But that's never stopped me from filming a video before. I wish I could be one of those booktubers and TikTokers who gets all makeup up and looks super awesome. That's literally never gonna be me. It's never gonna be me. Here I am in all my sweaty glory to go over the Goodreads Choice Award winners with you guys. I'm not like super excited, to be honest, because I did scrap a lot of content for my Goodreads Choice Award video. I ended up scrapping that whole idea because it just became too much and I was hating almost every single thing I was reading, and I was DNFing so much stuff that I was like, this isn't fun, and I'm already working on my Illumicrate purge that I'm DNFing a ton of books for. So it's like I was doing 2 videos where I was just DNFing tons of stuff and I'm like, this sucks. This actually sucks. I pretty much scrapped the whole idea. So I can talk to you more about stuff that I've read, but I did scrap that general video, so you will not be seeing that. So if you want to know my thoughts, it's going to be in this video. I think what I'm going to do after I finish my purge video is I'm going to do a 5-star prediction reading vlog just to like make myself feel better. Because I really did become the DNF queen this year, and I really just want to read a lot of books that I really like. So I think after the Illumicrate, I'm gonna do some sort of 5-star prediction video so you guys also get a break, because these purge videos are gonna be intense. Like, there's just so much. I mean, purging, it's basically a bunch of unhaul videos, so with the hopes of having good books in them. That's what's fun about them though, is like going through a bunch of really shit books and then finding a 5-star and you're like, oh. So that is fun. Okay, anyway, with all of that being said, let's actually get into the Goodreads Choice Awards. So we have immediately, first thing up is readers' favorite fiction, The Wedding People. So that actually was a book that I attempted to read in the Goodreads video. I did DNF it. I think a lot of people are gonna love this, but I am not a literary fiction reader in general. There are some that I will read, but they're very specific, and most of the time they have more of a light-hearted general idea to them. So after reading like 70 pages of absolute misery of this character's husband leaving her and her constantly thinking about unaliving themselves, I was not feeling great. So I did end up DNFing this one. I know it gets happier and it goes on to do all those types of things, but I was so out of heart with this book that I did end up DNFing it. So I did DNF the winner of this one because that was my other thought, is I was like, okay, I scrapped that initial video just because I didn't want to read a particular category. I was just going to read all the books that I had like on my physical TBR, but that was not happening. So that's why I scrapped it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll just read the winners. And then I was like, I know the stuff that's gonna win and I don't want to read most of it. So The Wedding People, I did DNF that. I don't think I tried to read anything else in here. I'm kind of surprised that Sally Rooney didn't win, but it did come out late compared to The Wedding People. Like, The Wedding People came out, I feel like, at the perfect time, where it was more like towards the middle of the year, right? So like, you didn't forget it being from like January, but it didn't just come out, so not enough people have read it yet. Still kind of surprised Sally Rooney didn't win. I do want to read Welcome to the Hunan Dong Bookshop. I don't know how much I'm gonna love that, but I have heard some really good things about it. And then I want to read Swan Song, and I still need to read, where is it? Margot's Got Money Troubles. So those are kind of the only ones I'm interested in there. I'm surprised Welcome to the Hunan Dong Bookshop did so well, but I feel like it's because it's about a bookshop and it's a lot of book readers. Blue Sisters I've heard good things about too, so I'm not surprised. I'm not super surprised about the top 4. Historical fiction. Duh. Duh, and by a lot, 253,000 votes compared to 62,000 for the next book, James. I actually did try to read James, and I DNF'd it pretty quickly just because of the writing style wasn't what I liked. I don't know enough about this category to give like an opinion on any of these. Mystery thriller. Frida McFadden was my guess. I'm not looking down. Frida McFadden, I would say The Teacher probably won, And then maybe God of the Woods was a popular one. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Potentially The Boyfriend is up there too. The God of the Woods one. It was like a Reese Witherspoon pick, wasn't it? And it was in Book of the Month. It had a lot going for it. First Lie Wins was second. Dang, Freedom McFadden took third and fourth. Nope. Yes, third and fourth place. I was counting like the top winner and not it down there. So Freedom McFadden took third and fourth, which is The Boyfriend beat out The Teacher, which I have heard better things about The Boyfriend. So if you read both, that's not surprising that they voted for The Boyfriend. First Lie Wins, I knew was going to be up there, but I just didn't think anything was going to beat a Freedom McFadden, to be honest. Because, like, the reading, let's see. This had 189,000 ratings, and then The Teacher had 577,000. That's why it seemed like the easy win. 577,000 people read The Teacher. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is such a crazy number. I am surprised. Like, I feel like it shows how, like, not good it is that it only got 56,000 votes. Like, yeah, a lot of people were not voting for it who actually read it. So I'm disappointed because Listen for the Lie was really, really good, and I liked it better than both First Lie Wins and The God of the Woods. And I still maintain that The God of the Woods should be in literary fiction. So I'm a little disappointed that God of the Woods won, but I'm glad I've read it. Like, yay. Again, if I had to read the winners, I would still not be happy because I would have had to read the women, and I have zero interest in reading Kristen Hanna. I'm surprised Society of Lies is so low just because it's a Reese Witherspoon pick. I'm surprised the last one at the wedding beat out The Return of Ellie Black because, like, I had heard nothing but terrible things about the last one at the wedding, and I did attempt to read that one. So let's go through this whole category. I kind of was bouncing around. Okay, The God of the Woods I read earlier in the year for a book club thing. First Lie Wins I DNF'd. Haven't read The Boyfriend, haven't read The Teacher. I will not read All the Colors of the Dark. I might eventually, but it's not one of them I'm interested in. So for the video that I scrapped, I did read Listen for the Lie. I listened to it on audiobook because it ended up being my choice for this category and for the audiobook category. And I loved it. I gave it a 4-star. It's potentially 4.5. It's the first mystery thriller I've read in a long time that I've, like, legitimately listened to it and I was like, this is really good. Like, this is really, really good. It was better. I attempted to read We Solve Murders, but I just don't like Richard Osman's writing. That's a personal preference because I did DNF, the series that everybody loves. And then I've read Home is Where the Bodies Are. I am currently listening to The Midnight Feast. I'm not loving it, but I am listening to it. Middle of the Night, I kind of expected to be lower. I guess it was in the top 10. I gotta remember what was in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it wasn't. It almost made it in, well, actually, it's not even close. 29,000 votes versus 11,000 votes. It was really close to the mystery guest. So I'm not really that surprised at the top. I'm surprised that Freedom McFadden didn't win, though. Next, we have romance. We're hoping for Bride. I have a feeling, what was it, Emily Henry. There's no way that Emily Henry doesn't win. And then probably the Abby, well, not as many people read the Abby Jimenez. So I would say probably Emily Henry, then the Abby Jimenez, then potentially Bride. I don't remember the others in this category, but it's Allie Hazelwood. Everyone votes for Allie Hazelwood. Funny Story ones, shocker. Love how my top 3 was right. Leather and Lark being fourth is a surprise. Like, that is such a surprise. I have not heard a single thing, like, good about it. Zero good things about this book. I heard plenty of good things about Butcher and Blackbird. I've heard nothing good about Leather and Lark. I'm surprised Wild Love isn't the one in 4th place. And then, let's see, what was the top 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm kind of surprised that Christina Lauren also wasn't higher. How much did... Abby Jimenez was close. 179,000 to 140,000. I didn't read any of these for the scrap video. Oh, I tried to read The Pairing. I did try to read The Pairing, and The Pairing is kind of what almost broke. Kind of what broke the video, because I picked it up and I absolutely hated it. I hated it so much. It was so bad. So that didn't happen, because I also had picked up the rom-commers to try and read, and I was going to read Lies and Weddings, but after the Pairing, I just quit on the video. I was like, I've already done enough, so many things, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. So no, I literally guessed the top 3. I am surprised about Leather and Lark and Wild Love. I feel like those should have been switched. Next up, we have Romantasy. Is the Sarah J. Maas in this one, or is it in fantasy? I think it's in Romantasy. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely in Romantasy because that was the joke that they made the Romantasy category so that Sarah J. Maas wouldn't just always win the fantasy category. So it's probably gonna be House of Flame and Shadow, and then probably like Quicksilver will be second because that one's been everywhere. Apprentice to the Villain, I feel like a lot of people like it, but I don't know if people will vote for it because I didn't really think it should have been in the Romantasy category. I thought it should have just been in fantasy. I don't remember anything else that was in this category. What have I read that was in this category? I don't remember. Winner, House of Flame and Shadow. I think have I guessed every winner correctly except for Thriller. I did not guess that one correctly. House of Flame and Shadow. Apprentice to the Villain is second. I got Quicksilver. Oh, When the Moon Hatched. Okay. So, House of Flame and Shadow, it's just the sheer volume of people who have read it. I mean, that's just really what it is. You have 457,000 people who read House of Flame and Shadow versus Apprentice to the Villain, which is 65,000. It's like we've talked about, it is a popularity contest. I am surprised that Quicksilver did not beat Apprentice to the Villain. I'm curious if a bunch of people who read Quicksilver voted for House of Flame and Shadow. When the Moon Hatched, I'm not surprised. That the spell shot being as high as it is actually does surprise me. Fate, Inked in Blood being this high is a crime. It's actually a crime to humanity. I'm surprised Phantasma isn't higher. My guess would have been House of Flame and Shadow, Quicksilver, When the Moon Hatched, Phantasma, then maybe Apprentice to the Villain, the Spell Shop, and then down you go on the list. Yeah, otherwise I'm not really surprised by anything here. So that's that. Next up is fantasy. What was in the fantasy category? What was in the fantasy category? Oh no, I really didn't read like anything in the fantasy. There was Map of the Other Lands, but it wasn't very good. It was 3-star for me. It was just fine. The Tainted Cup. The Tainted Cup could win. What else was in fantasy? The TJ Klune, but it's the second of the series. I don't think that one would win. I don't know. I'm gonna guess the Tainted Cup just because everyone loves that who reads it. The TJ Klune one. That is surprising. It is oh, The Familiar. I feel like that should be in historical fiction. I feel like it's too fantasy for historical fiction, but too historical fiction for most fantasy readers. I am, again, I think it's just the sheer number of people potentially. That's crazy for a book that is mid. Like, I gave it 4 stars because I really like the ending, but the book is mid. Like, it really is. I haven't read Somewhere Beyond the Sea. I am surprised it won. I'm not surprised Map of the Other Lands is in the top 4. Book of Doors, I really just haven't heard that much about it. I don't know. This seems not normal. Empire of the Vampire, yeah, it doesn't have that many. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I reading something weird? This says 16,000 ratings, but 28,000 votes. Oh, is it like you get the second round votes too? That's why. Big brain right here. You got 2 rounds of votes. That makes sense. That makes sense now. My brain, but that's still 16,000 plus 16,000. Oh no, that's 32,000. Oh, that makes sense. My brain hurts. I feel like a crazy person. So, Tainted Cup is way lower than I thought it would be. I feel like that's a BookTube thing. Like, I am used to more books on BookTube. So based on like what I know from BookTube, the winner would have been Tainted Cup based on how many people love it. Or Sorceress Comes to Call would have been another one. So I did try to read, let's see, I'm going to read An Academy for Liars. And I'm going to read The Tainted Cup. I attempted to read The Warm Hands of Ghosts. I think it should be in the historical fiction category. Like, legitimately should be in the historical fiction category. And I think it could have gotten close to winning in the historical fiction category. I just think it was not marketed very correctly because if you don't like historical fiction, you're not gonna like, you're generally not gonna like this. It was so heavily historical fiction. I get, apparently there's a lot of fantasy that comes in later, but it was very historical fiction. So I feel like this should have been marketed to historical fiction readers. And you could have tricked them into reading a fantasy book. I did attempt to read The Dead Cattail Assassins, and I did DNF it. I am still gonna try Ring Shout by the same author, but I did not like the writing style. It was a bit hard to keep track of what was going on, so I did not like that one, and I did DNF it, which was sad because it was only like 200 pages, I think. And I still just couldn't get through it. I was so confused what was going on. And I didn't like the magic system either. And then I did try Voyage of the Damned, and I despised the writing. The writing was so freaking terrible. It was like a child wrote the jokes in it. It was, oh my gosh. There was like, the first like page was like filled with like hot dog jokes. And I was like, what is this? Like, what am I reading right now? Not a fan. Not a fan whatsoever. And it's like, it's a crime that Voyage of the Damned is not last place. Like, it should be last place. But otherwise, I am a little surprised Somewhere Beyond the Sea, but TJ Klune does have like a crazy big fan base. Science fiction, we are... Who is in science fiction? Who is in science fiction? My brain hurts. We're hoping to see Family Experiment and Annie Bot in the top, and they were in the top 10, so we're hoping for those. I think The Family Experiment could be number 1, but I don't remember what the other books were. Oh, it could be one of the Leviathan series, the Expanse series. That could be the winner, but it's like the 8th in the series or something like that. So that could be the winner, but I'm hoping for The Family Experiment. Totally forgot Ministry of Time. No, I am not surprised. I am not surprised whatsoever, because this was a Reese pick. Was this a Reese? This was some book club pick. This was also a book of the month. This was just marketed really, really well. A lot of people read it. So 78,000 votes. Ooh, yeah, it doubled. It more than doubled The Family Experiment. I am happy though. My other guesses were basically correct. Ministry of Time was first. But then we had The Family Experiment, which was fantastic. And then we had Annie Bot, which was also fantastic. And then Mercy of God, the James A. Corey. So I'm not surprised to see that up there. Yeah, Ministry of Time, 75,000. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's the double voting round. I'm so dumb for not thinking of that. So it had 78,000 votes versus 34,000 for the John Mars, which Annie Bot was close. I'm really glad that Annie Bot got like the recognition that it deserves. I don't know anything else about these. I think the Jeff Vandermeer. The Jeff Vandermeer could have been higher if it had come out earlier. It just came out too late. That one I could have seen winning. Next up, we have horror. Okay. Oh, Stephen King. There's a Stephen King book. The Stephen King's gonna win. Even though, again, I haven't heard that many people talk about it, and I think it's a short story collection. So the Stephen King is probably gonna win. So the real first place is, I'm hoping for We Used to Live There, but it is very conceptual. So I don't know how many people fully grasped the book, because when I watch reviews sometimes and people are like, oh, it was fine, it was kind of weird, I was like, you don't get the book. I feel like We Used to Live Here is like the one book that I'm hella pretentious over, because I feel so smart that I figured out that it has this whole universe to it, like secret universe that is not generally known about. So that's why I'm worried that one won't win. I think it could win debut though. It could win the debut category. I'm guessing Stephen King. What other? Diavolo is in there, and I know it did really well. I really enjoyed Diavolo, so I'm hoping Diavolo is in the top 3. And then what else do we have? My brain just like doesn't want to remember what is in these categories. What else was in there? It's just like Stephen King. That's like all I can think about. And I've read a lot in the horror category, so I feel like I should remember more of them. Okay, horror. Stephen King won. Whoop-de-doo. So disappointing. But there's We Used to Live Here got second. That makes me happy. I think I got robbed. I will say though, Stephen King only got 60,000 votes, and We Used to Live Here got 49,000. So it tried. People tried really hard. So I think this could win debut. I'm trying to think of what else was in debut. I can't think of anything else that was like huge. So I think that could win debut. What Fee says not. Oh, Murder Road coming in 4th. Are you kidding me? Guys, stop. Stop. That's shouldn't even be in this category to begin with. What Feast at Night probably shouldn't come in 3rd either. It was fine. I liked it. I do enjoy seeing it up there, but it was fine. I think I gave it like a 3.5. Murder Road was a 2. It was ass. Like, that book is ass. I'm sorry if you liked it, but I'm really mad that it came in 4th. So Bury Your Gaze I gave a 1 star, but I can see why other people like that one. So that one, whatever. That's gonna be on my worst books. I'm not surprised to see The Eyes are the best part. Incidents Around the House, I upgraded Incidents Around the House to a 2-star. I did upgrade it because I liked most of the book, but I thought it was one of the worst endings that I've ever read in a horror book, so that's why it gets a 2-star. I DNF'd I Was a Teenage Slasher, but I'm not surprised to see it up there. Diavola, I'm really sad that wasn't up there. I feel like Diavola and What Feasts at Night, well, I feel like Diavola should be 3rd, and then What Feasts at Night, or probably The Eyes of the Best Part should be 4th. I haven't read it, but I've heard such great things about it. But, you know, that's my own personal preference. I still want to read The Bog Wife. I don't think I've tried reading anything else for this category. Oh, I tried to read So Thirsty, and I did DNF that. I don't know if I did that before or after I tried the video. But I DNF'd I Was a Teenage Slasher, and then I think I did that in a horror vlog. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the updates. We Used to Live Here should have won. Should have won. I am glad to see it in 2nd, though. Next is debut novel. We're looking for We Used to Live Here. Oh, what? What? Oh, Ministry of Time. I would have guessed that if I knew it was in there. Dang. How to End a Love Story was, I got it, but then I was not interested in it. This one was a book of the month and it was a book choice, so I'm not surprised. Dang, We Used to Live Here as a debut, and it's so good. So I do think that one should have won. Ugh, Voyage of the Damned being that high, that is also a crime to humanity. I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Audiobook. Listen for the Lie. That is what we're looking for. I don't remember anything else in this category. I think it was a lot of nonfictions. Come on. I feel like you should be allowed to win 2 categories. Fine. Not surprised. The Women. Oh man. Okay, never mind. I don't know half of these are in here. Okay, funny story. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised about any of these. I am glad I got 4th. Listen for the Lie. 4th. I am surprised there's not more thrillers in here, just because thrillers do really well with audiobooks. I don't think I tried listening to anything else in here that I haven't talked about. Next is young adult fantasy. Okay, I clicked on it, but I'm not looking at it. We're looking for The Crimson Moth. The Crimson Moth was easily probably the best book. What else is in here? Ruthless Vows, I think, will be up there, but a lot of people really didn't like it, so I don't think it would win. I think it'll be in the top, probably in the top 5. Probably a top 5. Crimson Moth, everybody loves, so I feel like that one's gonna win. What else was in here? I don't remember because I didn't read that many in here either. Wisteria, did that make it to the top 10? I don't remember if that made it to the top 10. But it was good. I gave it a 4-star. I just didn't think it was good as Belladonna or Foxglove. We're gonna say Crimson Moth. Ruthless Vows. What is going on? Is this just like the sheer number of people who read? And Reckless 2nd, I guess a lot of people did read that one too because everyone was excited to read it after Powerless came out. But again, everyone, it's the booktube effect. It's the booktube effect. What I know about more is based on booktube than like what the general population is reading. So to me, Ruthless Vows, everyone read it and everyone disliked it except for like 1% of people. Reckless, everyone read it, everyone hated it compared to Powerless, so I'm shocked. Heartless Hunter, everybody loved it. Every single person I've heard has loved it. Prisoner's Throne, just really haven't heard anyone talk about it. I feel like I'm the only one I know who has read it, and I give it a 4-star. I'm not surprised to see the Brandon Sanderson. Don't Let the Forest In. I really need to read that. It actually looks really good. Glad to see Wisteria up there. And yeah, that's none of the rest of the Invocations not making it to the top 3 is like, that one is a crime too. I love how I'm just saying everything is a crime, but it is. It is. Of Jade and Dragons, I literally just, I don't want to ruin it. This is for my Lumacrate vlog. 3rd from last is too high. Third from last is too dang high. The Darkness One of this should be higher. I did read that one. I read that one. Okay. I'm getting so distracted by the winners. Let's see. What did I read for the video? None of these. Immortal Dark. Oh, Immortal Dark, I can see why people liked it. It is not young adult. It's not young adult whatsoever. I DNF'd it. I did not like it's a very, very, very dense writing style. One of my friends said it was similar to Interview with a Vampire. It's just super dense, so dense. And it's not my style. It's also just very gritty feeling, which I also do not like. And again, yeah, not young adult. This is not young adult. Absolutely not young adult. What else did I read? I read The Darkness Within Us, which I gave a 4-star. I actually really enjoyed it. I did not think it was as good as The Shadows Between Us. The main character was too annoying. She really grated on my nerves, but I loved it by the end. But because like I wanted to slap her for like 90% of the book, it did only get a 4-star. So I think that The Invocations should be a lot higher. And I think that Ruthless Vows should be at the bottom. That is my take. That is my take. Oh yeah, okay. Adult fiction. It's gonna be Heartstopper. I mean, Heartstopper's gonna win. The one I wanted to win didn't even make it to the top 10, Under the Surface, which was a great book. I gave that one a 4-star. I don't think I've read anything else from this category, so I'm not gonna be super surprised. Yeah, Heartstopper, that's an easy win. Reappearance of Rachel Price. Again, this is the booktube effect. Not many people like this. Not many people liked it, so I am surprised. Grandest Game, I just don't like that series. Where Sleeping Girls Lie is one that I want to read, and I've heard really, really good things about. I did try to read I Hope This Doesn't Find You. Did I try to? Okay, what else did I try to read? Yeah, I Hope This Doesn't Find You. I attempted to read. I really didn't like it. It was very childish, almost middle grade writing. I feel like that's almost mean to middle grade. But it was not very good. I don't know if I'm just like past... It felt like young adult. It felt very young adulty. I don't think I tried to read anything else for this one. Under the Surface being second to last is wild. That is wild. That's sad. That was a really good one. Everything else, I don't know enough about this, but no, I'm not surprised that Heartstopper won. Very quickly, nonfiction. I don't think I voted for anything in this because I don't think I knew any of these. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. Memoirs, not surprised the third Gilmore Girl won. I am still pissed off that Dinner for Vampires was not nominated. I am surprised Sociopath got second though, because again, I have heard of 0 people who enjoyed this book. I really thought the Elvis Presley book would probably be second. And then I don't know really any of these other ones. I didn't even know Drew had a book out. Like I must have skipped over that. I didn't even know she had a book out. I would read that. And the last category is history and biography. Again, don't know anything about the bookshop. A History of the American Bookstore. Not surprised that one. If you ask me what book in this list that a bunch of book readers are gonna read, it's probably gonna be that one. I am surprised that Eric Larson though didn't come second just because it's Eric Larson. Yeah, that's it though. I am fine. I'm fine. I really didn't have as many stakes, I feel like, in this year's Goodreads video or categories or whatever compared to previous years. I feel like horror, I don't know how that happened, but horror is the category that I had the highest stakes in and that I cared about the most, which is weird. That's not normal. I feel like young adult fantasy is normally where I have all my eggs in one basket, but I just didn't read that many of the picks this year. And every young adult fantasy I've read this year, not every, but a lot of them that I read this year were not very good. So I'm really hoping that 2025, I don't know if this is like still effects from COVID or just the publishing industry going in a direction that I'm not like a super big fan of, where they're just like, I feel like they're just spitting books out before they're edited correctly. Like, I don't understand like what is going on with that, but I am over it. I want really well edited, well thought out, interesting, brand new idea books. That's what I want. And I feel like I got that from some books. We used to live here, I love how I said young adult, but we used to live here as one of them, Diavola, The Crimson Moth. I feel like those are 3 really good examples of different books that, like, yeah, there's been some stuff done in there before, but it's so compelling still. So I just want more compelling books. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired, and I feel like a lot of readers are tired. I feel like this Goodreads season has been the most just one for a long time. And so hopefully next year the quality of books starts to go back up, because this year was rough. This year was really, really rough. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked the books this year better than I did, or you had some winners that won. Did I have any winners that won? I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's depressing. Heartstopper, I guess. I did end up voting for Heartstopper when Under the Surface didn't make it to top 10. Oh, that is very sad. Okay, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed Goodreads better than I did. I hope you guys had a great time this year with your books, and I'm glad the Goodreads season is over. It has come to conclusion. There are a lot of people that are going to still put videos out. I think I was debating doing one. I just don't think I'm going to. I'm just not interested in doing that. I got all sorts of other things that I'm trying to do. So that is everything that I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, so you don't miss any future videos. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely make sure to leave a comment down below about all of the things that you want to talk about. And that is everything I have for you, and I will see you guys in the next video.